Eric Winston, Texans.
Steve Hutchinson, Minnesota Vikings.
Great.
All right. What's the biggest thing you would be missing in the off season? Team camaraderie, working out together, family coming to games, practice. You want to hit it? You want me to start?
Go ahead.
The off season nowadays it's typically pretty short, and with majority of the team probably being in the city where we live and play. So far this off season, up until the lockout, I was in contact with a lot of the guys that I would normally be in contact with, and the guys in my position, and we'd been working out prior to the lockout together and stuff like that. So, but obviously now with not being able to go to the facility, we're finding ways around that. Guys, continuing to go to local fitness clubs and trying to work out and stay in shape and do things that we would normally do anyway. But the truth is, you want the camaraderie. You want as many guys there as possible because, we do work together, and it just makes it that much easier.
Yeah, I just reiterate what he said. Yeah, I think, I think the biggest thing is just hanging out with each other, and that's. I don't think anybody kind of misses practices right now. Still recovering from the season, so I think it's just hanging out right now. Let's get a couple more in.
What are some of the issues surrounding an 18-game season from a player's standpoint?
Well, for us, it's all about health. 16 games is dangerous enough. Obviously, we're finding out more and more about brain trauma, concussions. We just came from a meeting right now, actually, talking about the long-term effects of football players and what they're going through and what we have to be on the lookout now for and how we can make it more safe. And I think that's the biggest thing is before we even talk about spanning this season, we got to talk about player health, and it's not where it should be right now, and it doesn't make sense to add 2 more games and jeopardize player health, until we have a good grasp on everything that's going on.
All right. There's a guy named Ryan out there who really wants this question asked. Why don't you guys just stick it to the NFL and go play in Canada? Well, Ryan, I grew up, as far as I can remember, I loved the game of football. I played it for as long as I can remember, and my dream as a kid was to play in the NFL. Obviously the situation right now isn't the best for the NFL, for the players, and especially for the fans. But it will be resolved. Somehow, some way, it will be resolved, and we're going to go back to playing the most popular and the most fun team sport in the world. And we're looking forward to going. That's part of the reason we're here at our association meetings now. Is we're knocking some stuff out on our side to help come up with a solution. And so, I think it wouldn't, in all honesty, it wouldn't be good for the game, the players, and the fans if everybody kind of picked up and moved to Canada. It's a little not what we want to do. So, but we want to play football, and we understand everybody wants us to play football. So we'll just have to figure out our own league.
Yeah, I don't see it going to Canada anytime soon. What we're doing is to make sure the NFL keep going and that we have a season next year. And I think that's what every NFL player wants to do. They don't want to play in the Canadian League. They want to play right here for you guys.
One last question. We kind of hit this, but this is the only question out there. So if the lockout heads into the season, will you continue to work out elsewhere besides team facilities? Parentheses, obviously. Yeah, I mean, we're professional athletes. Our bodies are what we do. Regardless if this work stoppage continues until hopefully not, but later into the summer and into the fall, you're going to continue to work out because at some point football is going to come back and like I said earlier, hopefully sooner than later. So for us to stay in shape is utmost important. So that's something that we're going to have to continue to do as long as we're not doing it at the facility or back into our regular business as we know it.
Yeah, we're athletes, and we're going to be ready to play when that time comes, and we'll make sure that it's a good product and we're ready to go and to try to prevent injuries. So yeah, we'll always just keep working out, being ready to go. I just say stick with us. We're this process is, and it's hard to see right now, but this process is about getting on the field in 2011 and making sure there's a season. And we wouldn't be doing it any other way unless we felt like this was the best way to have a season next year and to make sure that the fans get to watch a game and we get to play. And that's what this is all about, is letting us play. And at the end of the day, like Hutch said, we're going to there's going to be a resolution, but we wanted to make sure, no matter what, that there's going to be a season next year, and this is why we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah. Just and lastly, last point. Just remember, it wasn't our idea to opt out or have a work stoppage. It was something we were pretty much forced into. So, we're all football players, and all we want to do is play football, and we enjoyed running out there in front of the fans on Sundays. So, whatever we can do to get this expedited and get back on track, that's what we're here for. So.